Okay, so we have our game, and let's show a very simple save game system we can implement that's can be used for high score. To make a save game, you just make a class blueprint and you search for save game, and it's going to represent everything you want to save. Save game, and all you basically do is you add variables here for what you want to save. So I can save the high score. We call this thing the saved high score. And that's pretty much it. So let's actually represent the high score. Let's make a HUD that we can have in our game. Go to our game mode, and we can make a custom HUD here. Okay, go to graph and event receive, draw a HUD, and we'll just do something simple for now. Let's store the high score in a custom game state. Game states are like a global way to be able to store information like high score. Game state. All this thing is going to do for us is let us create two variables, one for current high score and one for current score. Okay, and then in the HUD, on draw HUD, we will draw text and draw text here. We'll do a format text, and we'll just say score slash high score in curly braces, and then we can get game state. So cast it to our current game state, plug that in down here. So then from here we can get score. We'll have to make both of these things editable. Okay. We can call score and get high. I didn't expose that one. Okay, so the score gets plugged in here. And high score gets plugged in here. We'll just have to set the color to be white. Okay. And we just need a font as well. I don't know if they changed it in 4.6 to not require a font. Yeah, they still do. That white. I'm seeing text up there. I wonder if that text, these are booleans. They need to be integers instead. And I need to reconnect these. Looks like in 4.6 if you don't specify a font, it'll use the system font, which is perfect for us. We can set the high score default to be 1000. And then what we should do is we'll add something in the game state, which is a custom event. It's called add score, and we'll give it an input, which will represent the score we want to add. Okay, and then when enemies die, right here, we'll also tell it to add score. So in addition to possibly spawning a power-up, we will get the game state, we'll cast it to our own, and then on that game state, we'll say score. So the score gets added, and maybe for each enemy we'll just have it give 200 points. And then the add score, pick the current score, we'll set it, we'll add to the current score, what's been passed in. Okay, and we'll do a branch. We'll see if the current score is greater than current high score, and if it is, we'll set the high score equal to the current score, and we'll also save the game. So in order to save the game, drag a wire off here, we'll do a create save game object, and we'll select our save game from there, and in here, this return value, we're going to cast it to our own save game, and now from here we can set the we need to go to our save game and make sure that thing is exposed. Let's go back to the save game here. This thing needs to be editable. Go back to our game state, and now we can set the saved high score equal to the current high score. And then all we do is save game to slot, and the save game object is that guy right there, and we'll give it a file name high score. Okay, now we can play. After all that, 200, 400, 600, 1000, 1200. Okay, so there is some score, and we can go to the documents page, and we can go to Unreal Projects, go to the project for your own game, saved, and then go to save games, and that's going to be where your save games get written to. And so what we can do is when the level is loaded, we can just restore the current high score. So right below add score, we'll add another begin play, and we will load save game from slot. Okay, load game from slot. We have to use the same name here, high score, and this is going to be cast to our own save game, and then we're going to get the saved high score, and we're going to set our current high score equal to that. Like so. Okay, you can see in the top left, there's our score, and if we do end up beating it, it will save it out to disk and then update our high score. If I quit, start again, there's our high score in the top left. And that's it for save games.